Carrot becomes first public DeFi casualty tied to Drift's security incident, and the risk is bigger than one protocol balance sheet. Drift has acknowledged a security incident and published recovery updates, but the widely repeated $285 million figure is not confirmed by Drift. That uncertainty matters because users need to separate a confirmed incident from an unverified loss size. Read the opening through Carrot exposure and $285 M unconfirmed. The useful tension is whether loss accounting turns the first signal into a durable development rather than a short-lived reaction. The confirmed context is that Carrot had exposure to Drift through some form of liquidity, treasury, or dependency link. The exact route is still not detailed, but the result is clear enough. Carrot sat inside the blast radius of another protocol's failure. That is different from a direct hack of Carrot, and it changes how users should think about counterparty risk in DeFi. The context is anchored by Drift incident. With April 16 update already in view, the next claim has to clear the threshold of Carrot details before it deserves more weight. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Carrot becomes first because Composable DeFi lets protocols build on each other instead of operating as isolated apps. That design can make capital efficient, but it also creates dependency chains. If one venue holds funds, provides liquidity, or supports contract logic for another, a breach can travel through the connection. The mechanism is not mystery contagion, it is shared exposure across linked systems. The working layer is dependency chain. Its current signal, shared liquidity, matters because mechanics decide whether a headline becomes usable infrastructure, tradable depth, or only a narrative. The operational proof is exposure checks. Without that proof, dependency chain remains a promising mechanism, but the stronger conclusion has to wait for evidence that the process works under pressure. Users with positions in Carrot, Drift, or any protocol connected to Drift have the clearest practical concern. They need to know whether withdrawals are open, whether contracts are paused, whether claims exist, and whether recovered funds flow downstream. The wider DeFi market is affected because this type of event tests trust in integrations that users may not see from the front-end interface. The scope is defined by affected users. The condition to track is status unclear, because that tells us whether the impact is concentrated, widening, or still waiting for a clearer response. The open question is not whether Drift had a security incident. That part is confirmed. The unresolved pieces are the true loss size, Carrot's exact exposure route, the recovery timeline, and whether other protocols report related damage. Treating the circulated number as settled would overstate the evidence. Treating the incident as isolated would also be too narrow until dependency checks are complete. The evidence gap centers on loss accounting. The limitation, unconfirmed size, keeps the analysis from overstating the outcome before team updates arrives. The uncertainty should be measured against team updates. If that signal appears, loss accounting becomes easier to judge. If it does not, the current limit around unconfirmed size remains. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. For Carrot becomes first, the next signal is a detailed loss and recovery map from the affected teams. Watch for official user claim instructions, proof of recoverable funds, withdrawal status, and any additional protocol disclosures. If more projects confirm exposure, the story becomes a DeFi contagion case. If recovery details narrow the loss, the risk profile changes. The closing read depends on new exposure. Pair that with pending details, and the market or user impact becomes easier to judge without guessing ahead of the evidence. The final readout is not complete without pending details. That condition links the next trigger to measurable progress, which is the difference between a headline reaction and a confirmed development.